Alright, that's my 1983 Jeep. I bought this sucker new off of the lot back in 1983, and the carburetor was giving me such a mess. I've installed a Weber carburetor on it. Over here is the box of junk I got off of the old air cleaners and the hoses and the air inlets, and also the heated air intakes there for the carburetor. And here's the carburetor itself with a bunch of old vacuum lines and fuel lines and stuff and all. But and here's the old Jeep. And by the way, Craig, this is what a real Jeep looks like. I mean a real Jeep. This got about 110,000 miles on it. Alright, and it was really running rough. I did everything I could do to keep that old carburetor operating. Even I cleaned the idle bars and all that. It'd run okay for a week or two and then go back to what it was doing. But there's the Weber right there, installed. There's the new fuel filter. You shut down the recirculating fuel line here that goes back to the tank, and I snapped that off. All right. You also had to install a pressure regulator for the carburetor. Now on the installation, they suggested right here that I drill 2 holes and put these 90-degree fittings in there, and then I had to pipe over additional rubber hose and tie it in to those lines. But those lines right now are where they were, the original that fit into the old air cleaner. So what I did, I took 2 vegetable cans, small vegetable cans that come out of the supermarket with the pull tabs on them. Took them, drilled the hole in the back, and installed the fitting that would normally go on top of the Weber carburetor. And I inserted 4 Scotch-Brite pads in each one, and a metal screen. So there we go on both of them there, and that eliminates all the work I had to do on. Oh, by the way, here's the what the Scotch-Brite looks like, and you can see here that where I had cut them out on the end there. And they seem to work okay. All right. Let's say carburetor vent. This is the valve cover vent line, fuel line going in. The PVC valve hookup is down underneath the carburetor and the housing they have there for that. And I'm quite, one other thing on this thing. It gave me a fit, but over on this side over here, the stud, trying to put the nut and get that thing started on that stud was it was just out of sight. It was the worst thing I ever had. But I figured out a way of doing it by removing the fast idle screw and then taking a 1/4-inch drive ratchet with some duct seal in there to hold the nut in place, and then I had to use a universal joint and all, but I was able to get it started. Once you get it started, you're all right. You can get a wrench on it then. And there's the linkage right down here for the accelerator. All right, and let's kick the rascal off. Get it. I know I got it out of gear. The parking brake is on. Let's see here. Gas her a little bit. That's it. And we haven't, it's cold right now, so I'm not curious to see what it's like when we get it heated up. But we'll find out, but so far seems so good. I don't have really, so we'll see. Somewhere there. Something banging there somewhere. But it moves out really nice. Idle's good. I have no complaints about it. And hopefully we'll get it out on the road and see this is good. I don't see why it shouldn't. But, you know, 110,000 mile on the engine here. I got rid of all of this stuff on top and all the vacuum lines and a mess of electrical lines we eliminated. So hopefully she'll be okay. We'll get her out on the road. I'm going to shut her down. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Jay, this is what a real Jeep looks like, Craig. No, you don't see no 4 doors on this rascal. Alrighty. But we'll be tickled if it runs just as good out on the road as it does here. I haven't had it out yet, but it's nasty out there. Got snow on the ground, and this has been I keep this in a heated garage. I have for the last number of years, and I kind of baby it. But it's been a good vehicle, I know that. And it's an old AMC engine. This is before Chrysler bought Jeep out. And after this, they went to, I think, what they called the Wrangler. I don't know what year they started. I guess it was 84, maybe 85. But this is the original AMC Jeep all the way through. But they did use a lot of Ford products on it, like the distributor and stuff like that. But I have never had to walk, let's put it that way, driving this thing. And I've taken it down to the Carolinas on a number of occasions, and everywhere and everything you think of, up into the Catskills in New York, and had a great time with this thing. I got a lot of good memories on it. Alright, wish you guys best, and we'll get this video out to you, and hopefully it'll turn out okay on YouTube. But that's the Weber carburetor installation. Got the old Carter 2-barrel carburetor off. And let's say the only problem I had was putting that nut on that back stud there, and we did finally figure out a way of doing it. And once we did that, we got it on there, and everything went real good on it, no problems. But to be careful, make sure you label everything. See here, I got I used a paint pen that I got from AC Moore. Matter of fact, here it is here. Let me see if I can get it in the. There's the paint pen here, and it's an actual real paint. And it's great for marking your electrical lines, the fuel lines, and the vacuum lines, and all that, and everything. And it stays put once that paint dries. So I got the white one. The AC Moore, about I think about $2.50 it cost. But it's great for identifying parts. I used to use the paper tags, you know, with the little string on them and all, and they just fall off or get ripped off, and you lost them, what have you. But this stuff here stays put. All right, see you all. Take care. And wish you the best. And anybody's doing a carburetor installation here with a Weber carburetor on a Jeep, be patient on that back stud, back of the engine, closest one to the firewall. And I'm sure, like I say, I removed ended up removing the fast idle adjustment screw, and was able to get a 1/4-inch drive a socket. Used a duct seal up inside to hold the nut. And I was able to work it down in there with a universal joint and get it started. Once you get it started, nothing to it. You can wrench it down. But the main thing is trying to get that thing started. But it's not bad. I'm just tickled to death here. I'm hoping we're waiting to get it out on the road and run it and see what happens. See you all later. Take care.